Hey team, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is KK. You can also call me Fluff. And today's workout is called Carnival. All right team, you don't need any equipment, your mat and your water bottle. Let's get ready to rock. All right team, we're gonna start with just a simple warm-up. We're gonna start with some butt kickers with a tricep extension. So go ahead and pull one heel up towards the booty, send both arms back, get a little flex in the back of that tricep, and pull the other foot up, get a stretch in those triceps. All right team, good. This is a full body workout, so we do need everything nice and warm today. Beautiful team. So I'm gonna start this conversation with letting you guys know, yes, I live in Hawaii. I live on Oahu, so I am safe. I know all the wildfires. It's been crazy. Maui really took the worst of it. Here we had a few bushfires. To give you an example, oh yeah, by the way, thank you to all those who reached out to me. We've had a few bushfires. Perfect team, go ahead and come into some knee hugs. Go ahead and pull one knee up, give a little bit of tug, and pull the other knee up, give a little bit of tug. Alternating sides right here, team. So like a few days ago, to give you an example, I went for a run and I ran by the park, and this tree, I watched it happen, just like spontaneously caught on fire. It's been super windy because there's a hurricane passing south of the state, and so it's bringing these really high winds, and it hasn't rained for a while, so we have dry conditions and then high wind. Basically it's getting lit up like a matchbox is what's happening. Perfect team. We're gonna go ahead and come to some hip opener squats. So go ahead and come into your natural squat stance right here. I'm gonna go ahead and take my right leg hip opener, swing it out and around, back into that squat stance. Squat it down, with the left leg, open up that hip, squat it down. Good team, alternating sides right here. So anyways, I saw a tree light on fire. They put it out like immediately, like before it could even touch the grass, so it didn't spread. And that's kind of been, and every time I drive by like fields and parks, there's fire trucks like stationed, like they're prepared for anything to suddenly light, and be there to put it out really quickly. So Oahu's been pretty good, and the hurricane has now passed and should be the worst of it is over now. So yeah, that's what's happened here. It's like some bushfires, nothing crazy, no burning buildings. Good team. Perfect. Go ahead and take it from the top. We'll come right back in those butt kickers with a tricep extension. So thank you to all those who reached out to me. I am doing great. Looking out for our ohana. Ohana means family in Hawaiian. So looking out for our ohana brothers and sisters over in Maui and trying to send them funding and supplies and all that fun stuff as much as we can. And that's like, you know, one of the reasons I always loved Hawaii is the sense of community. The people are amazing. So, I mean, everybody has come together and try to help those citizens of Maui, especially Lahaina, as best we can. Good team. Good, go ahead and come right back into those knee hugs. Good. I know my townhouse community set up a thing of like, come drop off supplies, come drop off money. It'll be set up right here, etc. You know, so we're all reaching out and trying to do the best we can, offering safe haven. My understanding is that they can now go back to Lahaina, but I mean, a lot of businesses and houses and stuff are burnt down. They can go back to their hometown, but they've got to rebuild, and it's gonna take time and money and all that stuff. Obviously lots of pets have also been displaced, so our animal shelter took a lot, as much as they could, and are at capacity, and Maui's is at capacity. So if you want to send supplies and money to them too, that's also helpful. Good team. People have lost their pets, help them re-find them. Good team. Go ahead and come right back into those hip opener squats. Good. Beautiful team. Good. Yeah, the pictures have been just scary. I was like, this looks like it's out of a movie, but it's not, it's real. And Lahaina is just such a charming, beautiful old town. And I was just there in May, and now I'm like, I'm really glad I went because it probably won't be the same. And we stayed in Kihei, which is a little further down the west coast, but we drove to Lahaina like almost every day because that's where a lot of the restaurants and stuff are. Good team. Good. Beautiful. Good team. Go ahead and take the feet nice and wide right here, and go ahead and come to some windmills. So bring the arms out wide to mirror the feet right here. I'm taking my right hand towards the left foot, back to center, to the left hand towards the right foot, back to center. Good team. Alternating sides right here. Get a little stretch in that hamstring going. Good. check out one of the restaurants I went to in Lahaina was called Moku Roots, M-O-K-U Roots, and it's vegan, vegetarian, and did not burn down, it's still standing. And so they're offering both a place to stay for other people, and they're actually in Lahaina, and they're up, and they're also giving out free food, which makes me just really happy that, we went to that restaurant a couple times when we were in Maui. Those are the businesses that you want to support. Good team, go ahead and make your way down onto the ground, down onto all fours, palms and knees right here as we come into a cat-cow stretch. Go ahead and drop the belly, look forward, and curve, belly button and spine, wiggle out, get a little weird. Find any tight spots. Good, arch, and curve, arch, and curve. We'll go one more each. Big arch, and curve. Good team, go ahead and come to a neutral spine right here. Curl those toes under and lift the hips up nice and high into a down dog. Take a beat here to pedal off your feet. Shake off your left. Good. And then when you're ready, go ahead and step just the left foot up into your runner's lunge. Find your footing first and go ahead and drop the back knee. Uncurl the back toes, rise on up into this hip flexor stretch. So get the right hip tucked underneath you, pull the left hip creaser back, and then lean into the stretch. Good team. You can adjust your footing as you need. Good. And when you're ready, we're gonna come into some spinal rotation. So go ahead and take those arms out in a T formation right here. My left foot is forward. So I'm gonna take the left, this giant beetle just went by my head, it scared me. I'll take the left hand forward and the right arm back. Big twist right here, back to center. Good. Big twist and center. Twist and center. And one more. Big twist and center. Good team, go ahead and plant the palms back down, curl those back toes back under, lift the back knee and step that left foot back to meet the right. Good, take a beat right here to recenter, pedal off those feet. Good, and then when you're ready, do the same little dance on the opposite side. So go ahead and step just the right foot up, find your footing first, then go ahead and drop the back knee, uncurl the back toes, come into this kneeling hip flexor stretch. So push the left hip underneath you, this time pull the right hip creaser back. Good team, good. You can hear lots of birds in this beautiful big tree. Good. Good team. And when you're ready, go ahead and take the right arm forward and the right arm to the side and the left arm back right here, and then the right arm's gonna come forward and the left arm goes back. Big twist and back to center. Big twist, back to center. Big twist, back to center. And one more here. Big twist and back to center. Good team, go ahead and come back to center right here, plant those palms, curl the back toes back under, lift the back knee, and then step the right foot back to meet the left. Good team, last little shake off right here, chance to recenter, pedal off those feet, get a nice stretch in those calves, and then when you're ready, walk those feet up towards your hands, meet your breaking point, roll it up, get some water if you need it, and we'll come into our first circuit. All right, team, so coming into our first circuit, we're gonna start with a jumping jack to a front kick. So it looks like this. I'm gonna jumping jack, front kick, jumping jack, front kick opposite side. If you don't want impact, that's okay to just step it out, front kick, step it out, front kick. All right, team? So pick your appropriate edge for today. When you're ready, we got 30 seconds on the clock. Let's work. Good, I just spit on myself. I was like, pick your appropriate edge. Good, team. Good. Beautiful. Good, remember to pace yourself. Good, team. I think for me, what I really liked about Lahaina, aside from the fact that it's super cute, was the banyan tree, which my fiance, bright side, my fiance thinks that the banyan tree will be just fine and said that it survived the 1919 fire and it was just a sapling. Perfect, team, shake it off. Go ahead and come to your natural squat, step towards the front of your mat or towel right here. And come to an alternating squat to reverse lunge. So I'm gonna squat and step the right foot back, reverse lunge, come back to my squat, reverse lunge with the left. All right, team, 30 seconds, alternating sides right here. Let's work. Good, which the banyan tree, it's our nation's, US nation's biggest banyan tree, and it's just so cool. It's got a bunch of different root systems and they dip into one, and it's right next to, in the middle of all these shops. So there's, shaved ice and ice cream shops, and I went and we would sit there under all these benches underneath it. We would sit there and just sit there for 2 hours and read books and relax. Perfect, team. Shake it off. We're gonna come to a lateral shuffle to a back toe tap. So it looks like this. I'm gonna come towards one side of my mat or towel right here. I'm gonna shuffle across my mat and I'm gonna take this inside foot, tap it back, shuffle back, inside foot, tap it back. All right, team, 30 seconds, alternating sides right here. Let's work. Good. My fiance likes to play chess. We call it cheese. So he likes to play cheese, and he would just sit there on his phone and do that, and I would just listen to the birds and the hustle and bustle of the day. But you could tell, it's like everybody else is there too, and they're just, eating ice cream cones and reading books, and then whatever job is pulling them away from their place of peace, they just get up and start walking back to it. It was just this peace in the middle of all these shops. Perfect, team. Shake it up. We're gonna go ahead and come to a pike push-up to a plank with a shoulder tap. So it looks like this. I'm gonna come down right here. Let's go ahead and start on palms and knees, and we'll walk into position together right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and come onto all fours, and then from here I'm gonna go ahead and curl the toes under, lift the hips up right here, and take the feet a little bit wide. Now from here, lift it up. So you're gonna pike position right here, pike push-ups. I'm gonna lower my head down towards the ground, back up, and then plank it out, shoulder tap, pike it up, pike push-up, plank, shoulder tap, shoulder tap. All right, team, 30 seconds on the clock. Let's work. So the banyan tree did catch fire, but it is still standing. And so, send healing vibes. That tree is it's really something special. Good, team. Good. Good, nice strong bodies here, strong arms. Good, there's not a whole lot of upper body in today's workout, but this is one of them. Good. Perfect, team. Go ahead and pop on back up as we come right back into that jumping jack to alternating front kick. 30 seconds on the clock, team. Let's work. Good. And remember, you can always modify this and just step it out. Good. So that's how we ended up at our current location, by the way. The other park is at a higher risk of igniting. As you can tell, the grass right here is all nice and green. It's all shaded by the tree. Good, team. Good. A few more seconds. Perfect, team. Shake it off. Go ahead and come to that natural squat stance towards the front of your mat towel. Squat to reverse lunge. 30 seconds on the clock, team. Let's work. Squat it down, step it back. Good. I don't know about you guys, but I didn't catch my breath after that one. I've been trying to talk through it all, and I'm like, whoo, girl needs oxygen. Good, team. Good. Beautiful. So in other news, I just started a new book, and it's called The Midnight Library. And it's like a fantasy / alternate reality book. Perfect, team. Shake it up. Go ahead and step towards one side of your mat towel. Lateral shuffle to a back toe tap. There's guys on the clock, team. Let's work. Good. So anyways, yeah, my new book is called The Midnight Library, and I just started it. And it's about this girl, Nora, and she is between like life and death and right at midnight. And so she's in this library, and she's got this librarian, which happens to be like her old school librarian when she was growing up as a kid. She really liked her. They had a great relationship and whatnot. Perfect, team. Shake it off. Go ahead and come to that pike push up to plank shoulder taps. Go ahead and come on down. Get your way onto the ground right here. Palms and toes with the feet out a little bit wide. All right, team. Pike it up. 30 seconds on the clock, team. Let's work. So anyways, and in this library is like alternate realities of all the decisions she's made, and if she made a different decision, how would her life be? So to give you an example, she like walked out on her fiance a couple days before the wedding. So she wanted to know, like, oh, if I had stayed with Dan and we had followed our dreams, how would my life turn out? Good, team. Perfect. Shake it off. Go ahead and drop. Get some water if you need it. And we'll come into our second circuit and I'll continue my lovely story. All right, team, so coming into our second circuit, we're gonna start with some tiny, narrow squat things. So it looks like this. I'm gonna go ahead and put my feet together right here, and I'm in this tiny little position. I'm gonna go a little tiny squat, so we're not gonna drop all the way down, but just a little bit here, and bring the arms down. Then as you squat back up, bring the arms up overhead. Throw it up, throw it up. All right, team, when you're ready, we got 30 seconds on the clock. Let's work. Good, team. So anyways, so each book is an alternate reality, except for one, which is her book of regrets. And so never look at like, okay, look at your book of regrets, and you know, if one of those things, if you want to change, let's go to that book and we'll go to that reality and see if you like that life better. And so that's what she's doing. She's going through each one, and like one of them, like her regret was her cat passed away. Perfect, team. Shake it off. We're gonna go ahead and step towards the front of your mat or towel right here as we come to some backward zigzag squats. So it looks like this. I'm gonna step out with my left foot, squat, put them together, step back with the right, squat, back together, making the zigzag pattern all the way back towards the back of your mat or towel, and then jog it back forward. All right, team? We got 30 seconds on the clock. Let's work. And she regretted that she let her cat go out that day. And so she was like, oh, like, show me a reality where my cat is, I didn't let him go out that day and I kept him as an indoor cat. And she goes and she finds out that like right when she goes into this life, oh yeah, by the way, part of the, not a game, but part of the thing that she's going through right now is if she starts to feel disappointed in the current book or life that she's going through. Perfect, team. Go ahead and shake it off and come down onto the ground right here. Let's go ahead and meet on all fours, palms and knees, and then curl those toes under. Let the knees hover right here so you're in bear hold. Now from here, I'm gonna walk it back to plank. So I'm gonna step left foot back, left foot forward, right foot forward. And I'm gonna go ahead and lead with my left foot this entire time. And then the second time around, I'll lead with my right foot. All right, team? When you're ready, we got 30 seconds on the clock. Let's work. So anyways, she goes and she picks up her life right where it was, and her cat's there. And instead of dying in the road, the cat is dead right there on her little bed. And so she starts crying. And so she's obviously disappointed in this life. And she ends up back in the library and she's like, I wanted to go to one where the cat is alive. And she's like, oh, well, that doesn't exist. You actually said you wanted to go where the cat is an indoor cat. And that was just perfect, team. Go ahead and drop, flip over onto your backs right here. We're gonna go ahead and come into some hovering knee tuck. So it looks like this. I'm gonna come down nice and flat. I'm gonna bring the arms up overhead right here. And I'm gonna extend the legs out long and lower the ground as I can. Then bring the knees in and bring the hands in. All right, team? Keep that lower back nice and pressed into the ground. If you feel your lower back coming up, then just kick up higher. All right, team? Just do the best you can. When you're ready, we got 30 seconds on the clock. Let's work. And so she said, that doesn't exist. Your cat had this cardio something disease, and it was its time and it was going to pass away whether you let it go outside or not. And so she's like, why would you like let me go to this? And she's all upset. She's like, well, the only thing that's changed now is you. And she's like, what do you mean? And she has her look at the book of regrets, and in the book of regrets is, I should have taken better care of my cat. And you see the regret like dissipating. Perfect, team. Go ahead and roll on up. We're gonna take that circuit from the top, so we'll come right back into those tiny, narrow squat swings. Feet together right here, team. 30 seconds on the clock. Let's work. Good. She's like, you know, this whole time you thought that you were a bad cat owner, and you weren't, and that cat loved you just as much as you loved him. And so now that regret is gone. Like sometimes we regret things and we beat ourselves up, and it's for no reason. There's nothing we could have done about said thing. So I think that was a cool life lesson. I don't know what chapter I'm on, but I'm barely getting started. And it's like, I can't put this book down. Perfect, team. Shake it up, go ahead and step towards the front of your mat or towel. We'll come right back into those zigzag squats to a jog forward. 30 seconds on the clock, team. Let's work. Good. Beautiful, team. And yeah, she was like, yeah, that cat had 3 years as a rescue cat, 3 years in a shelter, and then you took it in for its last year of life. It had the best year of its life ever, and it really loved you. Good, team. And now she feels better about it. Good, team. Which I thought that was awesome. We'll see what happens next. Good. Good, a few more seconds here. I'm gonna go ahead and sneak the jog in forward. When you're ready, go ahead and come down onto all fours right here as we come right back into that bear hold to plank walk back. Come onto all fours, curl those toes under and hover the knees. 30 seconds on the clock, team. Let's work. I'm gonna go ahead and lead with the right this time. Back, forward, forward. Good. Good, try not to let your hips swivel too much. Core nice and tight here. Good. Beautiful, team. Strong arms holding you up. You got this. Breathe through it. So yeah, I haven't actually read a fantasy book maybe since May. So that's what I was craving, which I don't know, it's not like fantasy in the way that you think of like, I think normally I think of fantasy and I think like witches and wizards and perfect team. Go ahead and drop, come over onto your backs right here as we come right back into those hovering knee tucks. So go ahead and come on down, bring the hands up overhead right here, and the knees are up. 30 seconds on the clock, team. Let's work. Extend, reel it in. Good, lower back nice and pressed. Good, I think of like mythical creatures. Good, team. But yeah, that's not what's happening. Good, deep breaths here. Good, nice strong core. It's pretty, I wouldn't say it's realistic, like you don't get to explore, what if I had a different life? So it is like magic, I guess. But it's considered fantasy, and so far so good, and I can't put it down. And it is a New York Times bestseller for a reason, I believe. Perfect team, go ahead and drop, grab into the backs of those legs, use that to roll on up, get some water if you need it, and we'll come into our cool down. All right team, so coming into a cool down, we're gonna start with a seated piriformis stretch. So I'm just gonna bring the feet out in front of me right here, and I can lean back on those hands right here, give myself plenty of space, and then go ahead and cross the right ankle over the left knee, and then walk that left knee up so you feel a nice stretch right here. If this is much too much, you can also do this down on the ground. You can lay all the way down and same thing, cross it over, grab the back of that leg and pull it up. So whichever one feels best on your body is how you should do it. We're all set up different, embrace our differences. Beautiful team. Good, let everything relax right here. Nice cool down, good. Deep breaths, you know what sounds good? I'll tell you what happened. I saw a commercial for Olive Garden. Good team, go ahead and uncross the legs right here. Same thing, opposite side, just cross the left ankle over the right and then walk it up. I saw a commercial for Olive Garden and it was like breadsticks and endless salad and all of that is on us. Your appetizers are on us. And I was like, I haven't been to Olive Garden in years, mainly because I'm vegan and I don't really eat out very often in general. But I liked it as like a kid. I was like, oh, they had olives in their salad and that was amazing. So anyways, I was like, that should be my food for this week. I should totally 1000% make breadsticks. Good team. When you're ready, go ahead and unravel right here. We're gonna flip over onto our bellies into a little cobra stretch. Get a nice stretch in the abdominal. So come down nice and flat right here. Bring the hands right about in alignment, just underneath the shoulders in alignment with the rib cage, and then press on up. So option here to come into a little baby cobra stretch, or maybe we can press all the way up, whichever way feels best for you. Good team. So anyways, I'm probably gonna make breadsticks, and then I've been debating what should I put with my breadsticks team. So comment that below what you think I should make this week. Good team, go ahead and drop down nice and flat right here, and then press on up onto all fours right here. We're gonna make our way into a down dog. So go ahead and curl those toes under, peel the hips up nice and high, pedal it off. Good, shake off your fluff. And then when you're ready, we're gonna take a nice walk up towards our feet right here, make your breaking point, and slowly roll it up. Good, take your time here. It is between, tell you the options. I'm debating between making personal sized pizzas. Go ahead and take the feet nice and wide right here, team, and then go ahead and bend just the right knee right here, get a nice lateral lunge stretch. So I'm debating making personal size pizza, so I'll make pizza dough and then make like pesto sauce, maybe marinara. I'm not crazy about marinara sauce, to be honest. I like pesto and I like vegan Alfredo sauce, some creative sauces in there. And then my fiance and I can just build our own, put our own. I will obviously put vegan cheese. He'll put vegetarian, so regular cheese. Good team, go ahead and switch sides. And then whatever toppings we want. So I can make personal size pizzas, you know, and we'll just pick whichever one we want for the day and eat them. Or I can make pesto pasta, or I can make regular pasta with red sauce. Here's the thing, I'm actually allergic to tomatoes. That's why I don't typically make red sauce. So I can make regular marinara sauce or sauce for said pasta, or I can make vegan Alfredo sauce. Usually make it with like cashews and nutritional yeast and stuff to make that kind of vegan cheesy flavor. Good team, go ahead and come back to center right here. Hinge at the hips, reach for the ground. Good, let everything go heavy. Little hamstring stretch right here. Or I can make like an Italian stew packed with lots and lots of veggies. And then we can dip the breadsticks into said stew, which I honestly think is the best option. Because I was like, oh, if you have breadsticks and pizza, I'm like, do you really need all that bread? It's kind of heavy on the bread and kind of lacking in the nutrients. nutrients of vegetables. And I like most meals to have lots of veggies or fruits. Good, team. Good. When you're ready, go ahead and roll it on up right here. I'm gonna walk those feet in, walk the heels in, and then walk the toes in, and then the heels in one more time. So you're in this kind of narrow stance, but still wide. Bend both knees right here and place the hand just above the knees. Now from here, I'm just gonna go ahead and drop my right shoulder in. Good. And then drop the left shoulder in. So alternate at your own pace here. You can hang out on one side if it feels good. Good, team. So I'm leaning towards making like a veggie stew and breadsticks, but open to opinions. If you guys are like, nah, make the pizza, I will make the pizza and post pictures on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, you should. Same title, it's Flex Fluff, and you can just keep up with my day-to-day life a little more. Good, team. Fluff the human, not just the worker outer. Good, team. Good, I'm gonna go one more each side here. Get a nice little spinal twist while I'm dipping that shoulder. Good, it's a junior high stretch. Good, team. Go ahead and come back to center right here. Straighten out those legs, and then walk those feet back together right here, and we'll meet in mountain pose. So feet together, palms face forward right here, mountain pose, and then on an inhale, go ahead and bring both arms up overhead. Make a big clap, giant namaste, make a round of applause because you deserve it, and then go ahead and bring both palms down to the third eye. If you guys enjoyed this workout, please hit the like button and subscribe, because I have new workouts every single week and occasional new recipes and always fun stories. Excellent work today, team. The divine in me honors the divine in you. Namaste. I'll see you guys next time.